They say some places are better left alone. Old buildings where time stands still, where whispers seem to echo long after everyone's gone. This is the story of what happened to me and what I saw inside an abandoned chapel deep in the woods. I've never told anyone the full story, but maybe it's time you heard it and decided for yourself if I made it up or if there really was something in the chapel. It started in early autumn. I was 19. My friends and I were the typical reckless group, always looking for the next thrill. One chilly Saturday evening, around a small bonfire, someone brought up the old chapel of St. Ainsley, a crumbling stone church deep in the forest, about an hour outside town. Local legends said it was abandoned after a series of bizarre accidents. People spoke of strange chanting, ghostly apparitions, and the last priest found dead under mysterious circumstances. Of course, we laughed it off, until my friend Josh grinned and said, "Why don't we go see it for ourselves?" A dare was thrown, a challenge accepted. By midnight, we packed 2 flashlights, a cheap camera, and drove out to the trailhead. The hike was darker than we expected, no moon, just the crunch of leaves underfoot and the distant hoot of an owl. After nearly an hour, the trees opened up, and there it was. A small stone chapel, half covered in ivy, its wooden doors hung crooked, almost inviting. I remember feeling uneasy the moment we stepped closer. The air was colder somehow, like walking into a fridge. Josh laughed it off, but Emma stuck close to me, that she felt like someone was watching. I tried to shake off the feeling. We pushed the doors open. They creaked loud enough to wake the dead. Inside, it smelled of mold and damp wood. Our flashlights cut across rows of pews, all cracked and splintered. Stained glass windows were shattered, moonlight casting twisted shapes on the stone floor. At the front stood an old altar. Behind it, a large wooden cross hung lopsided, its figure of Christ weathered and blackened with age. Emma shivered. "It's freezing in here." Josh was snapping pictures, trying to spook us. I was about to laugh when my beam caught something strange on the wall behind the altar. Dark smears that looked suspiciously like old, dried blood. That's when we heard it. A faint whisper. At first, I thought it was Emma, but she grabbed my arm, hard. Her eyes were wide. Josh laughed nervously, nervous. Probably the wind, right? But then it came again. Louder. Almost like chanting, in a language none of us understood. The sound seemed to swirl around us, echoing from every corner of the chapel. Josh aimed his flashlight toward the back. That's when we all saw it. Just for a split second, something darted behind a column. Pale, thin, almost human, but impossibly tall. Emma screamed. Josh muttered, "Hell no," and started backing toward the door. I wanted to move, but my feet felt rooted to the stone floor. Then the chanting stopped. Dead silence. Out of nowhere, a gust of wind slammed through the chapel, sending debris flying. The old wooden cross behind the altar shook violently, then cracked and fell, shattering into pieces right in front of us. I grabbed Emma, and we bolted for the doors, Josh right behind. As we ran out into the clearing, I dared one last glance back. Standing in the doorway was a figure. Not quite shadow, not quite solid. It was impossibly tall, with hollow eyes that seemed to glow faintly in the dark. It raised a hand, as if in silent greeting or a curse. We didn't stop running until we reached the car. All of us were gasping, shaking. The forest felt alive, whispering as we drove away at breakneck speed. None of us spoke the whole drive home. Later that night, I looked at the photos Josh took. Most were blurry, but one, taken near the altar, showed something standing behind us. A tall, pale shape with hollow eyes, right where I thought I'd seen it. In the days that followed, strange things happened. Emma started having nightmares, waking up screaming about a terrified man in the corner of her room. Josh's lights would flicker at night. As for me, sometimes I wake up to find my bedroom window open, even though I swear I locked it. A few weeks later, Emma moved out of state. Josh refuses to talk about that night at all. If this story chilled you even a little, hit that like button, subscribe for more real horror stories every week, and let me know in the comments, would you ever step foot inside that chapel?